just to get the run around.
It's week 1 of the 2027 season,
and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry.
It's the Commanders
and the Eagles
under the lights on.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That is the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, right at the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They run once more with Edwards. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go play action with Hurts. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40. Throwing is Hurts. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Well, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number 1, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
On 2nd down now, Hobbs, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive they started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Edwards. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 42 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He finds Wilson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Again, it'll be Edwards. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay.
And this time he is in. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a first down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
And this one is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in our initial. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Yeah, this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
On second down, it's Edwards. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
83 yards rushing for him now here in Week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
So it's been a good game so far. And you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. To the right side, this is Edwards. And he's got room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big run there. 29 yards and a first. A give for Edwards running right. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. It'll be Hurts on the option.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll look to run with Edwards. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the 2nd half. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's gonna wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure you have some different things?
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 134 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. From the gun, they go to Edwards. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Robinson will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether it's been being played, so that challenge is a successful one. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Edwards diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line. Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a handoff up the middle. Hobbs. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Pass incomplete. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter. Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it. That's caught. It's Cunningham. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business. Yeah, 230, 240 range. Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Goes right back to Smith again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance. They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division.